Hey there, hi there, ho there, hello there. My name's Adam and you're with me at my shop, Kaputy Inc. Today we got a little bit of work to do on some of the rigs. My F-250 needs a new headlight put on the plow. It was a victim of both velocity and gravity, probably a little cold weather, so we're going to get a new one of those put on there. We're going to put some tow mirrors on my tow rig, that's my F-450. We'll also introduce you to that, give you some stats on that bad boy. Not to mention, after I get the tow mirrors on there, I'm going to go ahead and get myself a Monster Energy hat, some white sunglasses made by Oakley, probably get some dip so I keep that in my lip at all times, and I'm probably going to order a box set of all the Florida Georgia Line CDs. Maybe get a tip about the size of a garbage can out back so I can roll a little coal. So let's get started on all that. Alright, we got the light off. You can see here, bottom didn't fare so well. Pretty unimpressed. This was a fairly new light. I don't know if there's some sort of flaw in the plastic already or if just it's not a quality piece. I haven't had this problem with any other lights that are at least, unless they're at least a year old. You know, they do a lot of this, a lot of hitting the snow pile, you know, a lot of vibration gets cracking along here and eventually it just flips off there, it breaks at the bottom here. So I've got a new one, we'll get that put on. Here's our new one. You can see along there. Look at that, shit's already cracked. Huh. Okay, so this is brand new right out of the box. And there's a crack, a hairline crack in here already. Two of them actually. So in the future, I don't know if this is something I'll be purchasing. I've got it on the shelf. Bought it a year ago. They're not going to take it back. Shitty deal. Anyways, I'd also like to shout out my buddy Jake. He's in court today for selling bootleg DVDs out of the back of his Ford F-150. Stay up, homie. Don't drop the soap if you get the full maximum on that one. I went and found a washer and a nut to make a spacer. You can see this one. I'm going to do the same on this one. The light kind of angles down like that, and ideally I'd like it to sit, you know, a little more level instead of at this downward angle. I don't know if that was causing some extra stress on this too, but that's what I did on the other ones. Done on the other ones, excuse me, grammar Nazis out there. So we'll change that one too. We'll add a spacer and a nut to get these things leveled out. I haven't had, like I said, I didn't have this problem with any of the other ones unless they were kind of getting old. So maybe that'll help prolong this process. So as I look at this light, I see it's got hairline cracks already all the way here. I don't know if this thing is getting tightened up too much or something, but these lights are almost new and this one's going to break off soon too. So we'll be filing a claim with the eBay police and see if we can't get something done about this, but we're probably going to get told to go fuck ourselves. So on to the next. All right, we got them on, looking sick, till they bust in about 25 minutes. So take a gander, we'll go work on this cruise control deal. All right, so the cruise control doesn't work on this thing. I've replaced the little sensor on the end of the master cylinder. There's also a sensor in the rear end, that's been replaced. Fix a fuse in that. I get a light on the dash now that says it's on, but it does not want to set, I do believe is the correct term. So I found this in between cruising Craigslist personals for dick pics and excuse me, recipes for chicken a la king. I found this setup here, and it's steps using your buttons here to tell you if things work, if they don't work. It's a self-diagnostic test, so let's go through it here. First things first, let's learn how to read. Just kidding, I'm only kind of stupid. Begin static portion of self-test by pressing and holding the speed control off switch. All right, we'll put the rest of this fast forward. All right, that would clarify what I thought was going on, being that the light turned on and it wouldn't set. I was kind of thinking the servo wasn't allowing the cruise control to set, and according to this, the lack of flashes tells us that, 0 being speed control servo defective. If we got one flash is a win, so I'm glad that didn't happen, because then we wouldn't know what the fuck was going on. The rest is stoplight, deactivation, speed sensor, servo control defective. But since we got the 0, I'm going to run the test one more time just to make sure. But now we do a little YouTubing and see how to change that instead of just tearing shit apart and wrecking it like normal. And hopefully we'll have cruise control. Alright, let's unbox some tow mirrors with my sweet knife. Bought it at Gander, going out of business. Not bragging, but it is a SOG Flash 2. Serrations if I ever find myself in some sort of survival situation. It's been pretty darn sharp. It is spring loaded. About that? Yeah? Yeah. Alright, let's get this unboxed. That's stuck, by the way. That one didn't stick. Lip wristed it, fucked it up. Okay, getting ready to put our passenger side mirror on here. It does come, I ordered manual mirrors, but it comes with a wire. There's 3 wires in it, so I'm guessing that's turn signal stuff maybe. So I'm not gonna hook any of that up. I'm just gonna feed this into the door. There's a place to do it. You gotta put this little piece of foam on here. There's a lot of places for it to catch and hook, and I test fit this a little bit before here, and these studs really didn't want to go into all the way far enough into the holes. The insulation was really keeping it out, so I ended up having to trim a little around this stand here, and then there's a hook here to hook it on, and you really got to push to get it around these studs here. So let's get this thing installed. Here's what the inside of the door looks like. The new mirrors actually came with some more nuts in them, which is handy because you this is a pretty deep hole. All of a sudden you drop a nut in there, and that's not what you want. You know what I'm talking about, fellas. When you drop a nut prematurely, it's a real pain in the ass. You feel pretty embarrassed. It happens to the best of us. So to cover up the holes, these 2 holes have rubber plugs. Those just pop right back in. And this guy here has this insulation strip. It's kind of rinky-dink, but it's there. Put that just like that so that slot's exposed. This just has some tabs in it. Just line them suckers up. And you are ready to go towing. Towing your favorite 4-wheeler on a trailer that's way too big. But trust in your skills, have a couple of monsters and a big old dip of skull, and you'll be towing in no time like a pro. Alright, we got our driver's side mirror here. We're going to get this installed. I'm going to make some trims to the foam here so this thing slid in a little bit better. Otherwise the studs don't want to poke through far enough to even catch. So the Chinese company that knocks these off could really save some money on some foam here if they just made it just a little smaller. Excuse me, sir, do you know why I'm pulling you over? Because you were hauling ass. And that's about it through that mall parking lot. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for our truck maintenance videos for the day. We did the tow mirrors on the F450. Now we can see into the late 70s with those. We did the headlight on the F250 on my quad cab. We also did some cruise control diagnostic work on that. Looks like I'm just gonna have to order a new servo for that. Maybe do a video putting that in. We'll see how that goes. All the plow rigs and everything are up to snuff right now, which is good because it's Snowmageddon 2020 outside right now. Weatherman says 6 to 8 inches. I know my wife wouldn't complain if she could get at least 4 one time. Don't forget to like. Please subscribe to my channel, Kaputy Inc. Check us out on Facebook. Thanks for watching.